Hey, and welcome to my journey. Today's video is weigh-in video. It is also Vlogmas Day 15. Can you believe we've been doing this for 15 days? Not too many more to go. Ooh, that's only 10 days till Christmas. Or Christmas, as David would call it. 10 days till Christmas. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I'm done. Listen, the only thing wrong with getting done early is I still see stuff I want to buy. I still, I look at the toys. What? I've already sent Sebastian his box. He got his box. So he'll have his presents for Christmas. But I still look at toys. I look at toys for Jacob. They don't need anything else. I've already done their shopping. But I see things for the kids, my kids, and it's hard. It's hard when you're through to just stay through. But anyway, I had a doctor's appointment this morning at the wound care. And so that's why we're up late with the weigh-in, because I wanted to wait and get all that done and everything. And then after that, I've been out and about. And so here we are. I don't know what time you're seeing this, because I don't know how long it's going to take my editor to process it and how long it's going to take YouTube to process it, to check it. It's crazy. So what are we here for? The weigh-in. Okay, so last week wasn't so hot. Didn't I gain a pound last week? Something like that. And I said, okay, I'm going to start doing a what I eat video every day to get myself back on track. Being accountable to y'all would help me get back on track, where I had got off to, all that eating too much and eating too often, that kind of thing. Also, having that visit with the nutritionist helped me tremendously. We'll talk about all that in a minute. Let's get to the weigh-in. So I weighed in at 286 even for a loss of 5.2 pounds. And my total loss is 91.1. Insert button right here. Okay, 90 pounds. Looky there. Here we come. Next up, 95. Look what's next beside 95. We gonna get there, y'all. We gonna get there. Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm so close to 100, I can taste it. I've never lost 91 pounds in my life. The most I've ever lost on any given diet that I've ever been on was 30 pounds. When I would gain it back, I would gain that 30 and another 30. You know how it happens. And so to have lost 91 pounds is just awesome. I can just taste 100 pounds. It's crazy. But yeah, making those videos, and I ain't gonna make no more. Not saying, ooh, I've arrived, but I'm saying that was the tool I needed. Just like this weight loss surgery is a tool, that making a what I eat video every day was a tool that I needed to help stay accountable to y'all and to me, and to get me back on track from, doing all that little side snacking and extra eating and, all that stuff. Eating too often, eating, every hour, just get me out of that. Also, talking to the nutritionist and finding out that I think I had been eating too little, been too strict with myself, gone too much by the book, the paperwork they give you, and not realizing I had a little wiggle room. Well, this week I put it into practice, because it was last Thursday, was it not, that I had her visit? And I've put that into practice. You've seen what I've eaten. And a couple days I had like some extra vegetables, and some days I just didn't. I think it's like, and I think we might have talked about this before. I can't remember. Or I was talking to somebody about it. But it's like, this is how I am. Like, if I don't have money, there's 1,000 things I want. I see 1,000 things. 1,000 things. I go out and spend all kind of money. Oh, I want this, I want that one. But then if I have money, I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend it. Let me hold on to it. I think food is the same way. You know you can't have it and you're wanting everything under the sun. You're starving all the time, just like I was. And you're wanting this, you want that, you want that, and then all of a sudden you're told you can have food. It takes that power away from it. That food has that power over you. And so when you're told, well, you can, if you're hungry, don't go hungry. You can have this. Then all of a sudden, it's like, for me personally, it's like I think I relaxed. I quit being so uptight about every little morsel that went in my mouth. And I realized I could have a little more to eat than I was eating. If I was too hungry, I could have some vegetables if I wanted some vegetables, which, for me to eat a vegetable, that's doing good because they're not really my best friend. Mm-mm. So I've just done so much better this week. I've done good today. I hadn't recorded anything. I did record my Wonder Bread Chopple, Keto Wonder Bread Chopple, and it's more, there's no cheese in it, so it's more like a bread waffle than like a chopple with cheese, but it's still a chopple. That's what they call it, a chopple. Whether it's got cheese in it or not, I don't know. I don't know why they call it a chopple. I guess just because anything you mix up and make it a little waffle iron is a chopple. I don't know. That just now dawned on me. Why do they call it a chopple? Because it's not. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, I don't know. Back when we were doing low carb, however long back that was, not just I'm watching my carbs. When me and David were actually doing, we are doing low carb. That been a long time ago. I was finding all kind of like keto recipes and low carb recipes and trying to make substitutions, and since that's where I have to be now is low carb, 50 or less is what they prefer, then I'm still wanting to use the substitutions and things like that. Now, I'll tell you, I've tried that keto bread. I don't know who else has it, but that keto bread at Aldi's, ooh, I did not like it. It was not for me. It tasted, I don't know, but I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. So I found this Keto Wonder Bread. That's what it's called. There's also a 90-second mug bread, 90 seconds, something like that. I should show you that one too. Maybe I'll do that. I might have let me take a note right here. Okay, I just need to make myself a note. But so I had that with a little piece of that butter up turkey. Y'all ever get like that? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, the butterball turkey sausage. That's what I had in it with some mustard. It was good too. This will help me off all day. I went down to the wound care. Now, this what had happened. Have I already, excuse me, my leg is itching. Sounds like I'm clawing a box or something, but that's my leg. That's terrible. So I was waiting. I think I done told y'all this. Y'all will hear it again in case I ain't told you. You'll hear it the first time. And in case I did tell you, you just roll your eyes and let the old lady talk until she's through. I was waiting, whatever day that was, to get my supplies to change my dressing. And they didn't come. And I told David, I said, maybe I better call them. And so when I called them, she said, well, I apologize, but your order wasn't transmitted. So there's not no supplies coming. She says, how far do you live? I said, about 10 minutes. A little more, but it's about 10 minutes. She said, I'll have you supplies. So I got there, got my supplies. Well, she didn't give me enough of the pad. It's ADP pad. I don't know, some kind of something with some, starts with an AD something, APD. I don't know. But it's got that silver whatever in it. She only gave me one of those, and I was supposed to do it every other day, right? Well, yesterday was changing day, and I didn't have one to change it, and I didn't want to put that, I call it a diaper pad. It's some kind of pad. Maybe that's the ADP pad. I don't know. but it soaks in all the fluid. But you put it on top of the medicated pad. Well, I didn't put it on there because I didn't want it to stick to my wound. Because oh my gosh, if y'all see this, oh my gosh, it's not separate anymore. It's morphed. Before it was separate little areas that was draining, it's just spread. And there's a blistery part down there that she said looks like that wants to open up too. She said we're gonna try to get this, before it does, but probably, oh yeah, probably a good open wound. I mean, we're talking open down all up in the meat. It's nasty. And so I just took my dressing off yesterday because it was sopped. It was just sopped. And I just let it stay out. I wasn't even going to, when my supplies finally came yesterday, I wasn't even going to try to waste one of my bandages. If I'm going to have to take it off and show it to them today, get my shower this morning. You know what I mean? Well, I got a email said my UPS box was delivered from this medical company. I'm like, okay, cool. So I plan on going out on the porch and I'm thinking, a box of medical supplies. Honey child, that box is, if you can see my hand, at least that big and maybe that tall. Humongous. They had 60 bandage rolls. I don't know how often they were planning on me to change this thing, but I was only supposed to do it every other day. And my paperwork said a 30-day supply. So they had me down for twice a day. I think somebody got their paperwork wrong. So they had 60 of the bandage rolls that you wrap around after you put the medicated patch on there, and they're that big. 60 of those. And a little pouch of gauze pads for this little one over here. So I go today, and I see a different doctor today. He was funny. Oh, he was funny. Very personable. Very personable. I love doctors like that. I like doctors who vibe with my vibe. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm very, like I say, I'm very animated. So the nurse, she had to, don't you ever accuse me of talking. This nurse, she was good. Now, she was good. She was helpful. She was sweet. She was nice. But she more talked to you than listened to you. You see what I'm saying? She would talk. And she even told you, she said, I'm one of these people, I need to know why everything. I need an explanation for everything. She said, my mama, told me I was like that as a kid and this and that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She worked me to death. I was so exhausted when I left there. It was not funny. She did not stop talking, and she kept telling me things that were like opposite of what I had already just told her, explained to her what I did or how it was or what it felt and this, that, and the other. And she would tell me something. I'm like, that's not how this is. That's not what I just said. But I wasn't ugly to her. I just went on with her and, agreed with her. And yeah. It was just easier that way. Let her do her talking. And so the doctor come in and she cleaned her part off. She squirted it and wiped it off. And oh my gosh. Because that ookie gookie stuff that gets up, And then the doctor come in and she put the lidocaine on it to help numb it before he did his thing, because he does that little scrapey thing. And there's one part down on the left side that is deeper than the rest of them. And oh, buddy, that thing hurts. So he hit it, and I jumped. He goes, she's going to need that spray. So she hit me with that. She said what it was, some kind of cold spray to numb it up for he could finish scraping that mess off of there. But he did good. He was gentle as he could be to get the job done. He said, now what's this about you not wanting to do this compression thing? I said, well, not last week. I said, because it hurt too bad. I said, I could not have it compressed. He goes, well, what about this week? I said, do whatever you got to do. He said, you going to let me do what I want to do? I said, yes, I'll just suck it up. You do what you need to do. Well, honey, let me tell you, I am wrapped up. Well, first of all, she put those pad things, those medicated pad things on my wounds because I still got one on the right side too. And then she's like, you know what? She said, you're going to be up in this for 4 days. We'll talk about that in a minute. She said, your feet are awful dry and up your legs. She goes, let me go get some lotion. She rubbed the lotion in my feet. Oh my gosh. I forgot how good a foot massage felt. Yes, I did. If the nurse that does it Monday, I'm going to request, could I get the lotion, please? It felt so good. Oh my gosh. She rubbed my feet real good and my heels and up my legs, around where the wound was and all this and that. So she's got the medicated thing on there. Then she takes that gauze roll, like I got 400 of, and she wraps it around to hold that thing in place. So she does that on both legs. Then she takes this foam wrap and wraps it all the way up to my knee. It's on my foot, around my foot and ankle, and all the way up to my knee. That's a foam wrap. And then she gets this like kind of a little bit of stretchy gauze. It's tan. It's kind of sticky. She wraps my whole foot and all the way around that thing, and she tapes it down. And then I got a black stocking on. So I got these big fat black stocking legs that if I didn't wear these crocolikes, she's like, what did you call them again? I said crocolikes. Because they look like Crocs, but I ain't paid for no Crocs. If I wasn't wearing shoes like that, I would never get my feet in shoes. And it was raining today. Oh my gosh, it was raining to beat the band. I couldn't have walked out. My feet would have been soaked. So he said, all right, now, these is the kind you don't touch. You come back and we change it. I said, so you mean don't touch your... He started laughing. He goes, exactly. You leave it alone. He said, I want you back 2 times a week. So I leave this on until Monday, and then I'll see a nurse on Monday who will change it. And then I go back on Thursday, and see him, and then they'll change it that day too. So we're going to keep doing that. He's wrapping it because he wants the fluid out. He wants the fluid out. He said, you take the fluid pills. He said, that makes it come out. He said, but this fluid is going in like this. He said, we got to get that stopped. So that's what we're working on. So he was showing me. I said, now, so you're telling me I can't take a shower till I get this done with? He said they make this thing called a cast. What do you call it? A cast something. And he pulled it up on Amazon and showed it to me. He said on his phone. He said, here, this is what it is. It's a bag with like a little blue thing at the top, and you pull it up over your cast or your whatever I got on. He said, and it makes it airtight. You can take a shower. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the garbage bags and Glad press and seal, because when I did my lymphotrements before, that's how I did it. The press and seal clings to your leg and makes an airtight bond. So there is a hint. I've told it before on this channel, but I'm going to tell it to you again. If you have on your arms or your legs and you need to take a shower, you need to keep it dry, pull you some kind of garbage bag up over the top of it, make sure it clears it, and then get that press and seal. Make sure it's good and on the garbage bag, and then there's enough also on your skin, and you just rub it down like that all the way around. You will get you an airtight seal, get you a good old bath. Yes, get you a good old shower. Well, I had me a good old shower today, so I guess I'll take a whore bath. I guess I'll take me a whore bath tomorrow and the shower the next day. Anybody know what I'm talking about? TMI. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. Hey, I had a friend, I've told you this too. All of you ain't seen all my videos. If any of y'all has seen all my videos, I want you to go down in the comment section and raise your hand, because you deserve a special award. Some of y'all have been with me from the beginning. I appreciate that. Yeah. Some of y'all have. Y'all come up on this. Listen, this channel still ain't good. It refined and proper and like good light. And this little light I have up here now is that big. I got it at Walmart's. It has a big clip. It clips onto my tripod. And I use it when I'm back here in this room because there's just a little bitty like night light that's in that ceiling fan. It's ridiculously low wattage. Ridiculous. I want the fan out of here and just a regular light fixture put up, but we ain't got to that yet. So I use it when I'm back here. And that's the only time I use it, just so y'all be able to see me. But other than that, there ain't nothing professional about this channel. So the fact that y'all stick around to hear me just jaw jack is amazing to me. And to hear whatever flies out of my mouth. So that's where we at on my eating and on my legs. Now after I got my legs done, while I was out and about, I just went on and went out and about. Because I had a list. I needed one thing from the Dollar Tree. Just one thing, a dish brush. They didn't even have any. And the girl was standing there putting stuff out. And she goes, now what was you looking for? I said, the dish brush. She says, nope, I don't have any. She said, and I don't even remember seeing none in the back. I said, well, no, they'd be 1,000 of them here if mine wasn't bad. I said, now that mine's going bad, I need a new one. And you ain't got no one. I cleaned off my, I made my turkey. Ooh, let me tell you, I went from hating turkey, hating the thought of turkey to eating turkey. Listen, you can change. But I got them turkey tenderloins on my grocery haul yesterday. We had the rotisserie seasoned. And it comes in two. I didn't know what it looked like. I did not know what a turkey tenderloin looked like because I ain't made one and because I didn't eat turkey for years and years and years. David got a turkey at Thanksgiving with somebody else made it. So it just looks like two giant chicken breasts is kind of what they look like. And I seared them in my new cast iron grill pan and then finished them off in the oven. Oh my gosh. They were so moist and tender. And that was Butterball turkey tenderloins. If you ain't never tried them, try them. And the seasoning, now there was a lot of seasoning on there, and I was afraid it was going to stick to the pan too much, so I rinsed a lot of it off before I even seared it. But David, he washes dishes before he goes to work, but he don't touch my cast iron. He knows just to leave it alone. So I washed it out some more. This how I wash my cast iron. So like that had caramelization in it in the grills, right? So I rinsed it off with hot water, and then I put some water in it. And I do this to all my cast iron pan. I set it on the burner, bring it up to the boil, get my brush it off, rinse it, and we're done. So there was enough residue in them cracks that it got on my brush. And I thought, I need a new brush. So I didn't get that, but Lord help me. Ask me, did I get something else? Yes, ma'am. There will be a haul, but it'll probably be Sunday because I don't have anything. I'm looking at my calendar. I don't have anything for Sunday. And I've actually got a couple days next week. I got to think of something to do. I was thinking about doing the, to the end of the year, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm tired. I'm tired of doing a video every day because I have to. Does that make sense? Vlogmas says do a video every day, and I'm having to think up Christmas stuff and off the wall stuff, maybe something different, and it's been kind of difficult. And knowing that I have to do a video every day is making me tired. Knowing I want to do one is different because I like making videos. I really do. I like making them when I have something to make, when I have something interesting, which I don't know how often that is. But so I got a haul. I went to the DT, and then I need to go to the post office. And so before I made it down to the post office, I had to just swing by the VV. I didn't get much there, but I did get a few things. I'll show you that. And then I was on the hunt for a can of pineapple. David wants, I already told him I was making brownies, but that might change. He wants that pineapple cheesecake dessert. And I made a video on it. I'm going to link it. If you hadn't seen it, it's like 4 or 5 different ways to use Greek yogurt and pudding mix to make little desserts. Well, we love them. Our favorite is the pineapple cheesecake. And he was just telling me yesterday, he said, I meant to tell you to get some pudding to make that. I said, right here in my grocery haul, I got it. And I got the yogurt in the refrigerator. So I called him. I said, okay, I'm here at the Dollar Tree. Here's the kind of cookies. I said, now I got everything to make except the cookies and the pineapples. I told him what kind of cookies they had that might be good with that. And he said, them butter cookies sounded fine. So I got some of the butter cookies. You know the little flour butter cookies that you put on your finger when you're a kid and eat around them? So I got some of them. And then I was on the hunt for a can of pineapple because I didn't want to go all the way up in Food Line for a pineapple when I was already in the Dollar Tree. No, every other fruit on demand except pineapple. Well, then I wanted to go after I went to the VV, I wanted to go to the library, see if they had cleaned out anything, which they had not, so I didn't get anything. And then across the street, practically, from the lights, the library is right there in the village park with the lights. And then across the road is the newest Dollar Tree, what used to be Rite Aid. And they didn't have pineapples. They had all the other fruits. So I'm like, I'm not going home without pineapples. But I found a few more things in there. So right downtown is a Family Dollar. So I said, I know Family Dollar has some pineapples. And they did. They didn't have crushed, but they had the chunks. He said, that's all right. We can chop them up. I said, that's exactly right. We can chop them up. So I did get my pineapples. And I just got a couple things in there. I was going to show you that. I got a good deal in there. You'll see that. So I thought, well, I'll film my haul and just save it for like maybe Sunday. Probably be something like that. But I'm going to tell you what. Listen here. You run into all kinds of people up in Christmas time, do you not? You run into the rude people. The people that is just out there that think ain't nobody in the world but them. Y'all know them people. And then you run into some of the nicest people. I have had doors held for me all day. Men, women, old, probably older than me, holding doors for me. So you do run into the nice ones, and then you run into the ones in the aisles where you're looking at stuff and, oh, I didn't know I was in front of you. I said, honey, no, I'm just strolling through here like you are. You all right? And then they come past me. I'm like, no, honey, you fine. Excuse me, no, honey, you fine. So you do run into the good people, and I will say, today I have run into more nice people than I have rude people, and it was just refreshing. I loved it. It's the Christmas season, I guess, brings it out in people. Why can't every season? You remember when the COVID hit, and then all of a sudden people started being, after they got over the toilet paper debacle, people started being nice to people, I think because everybody was so scared and so unsure of where the world was going that all of a sudden they started being nice to people. And people started gathering together because we had the shelter in place, and families started doing stuff together. And then all of a sudden, the world started opening up. And little by little, we split off. We quit doing things together. Y'all know that's how it happens. We got back to life as we know it, pretty much for the most part. Except like in the medical settings, you still have to wear a mask. And I see a lot of people out in my area that still wear a mask out shopping. I see a lot of those. But I mean, that's their prerogative. I ain't got no problem with it. Ooh, let me tell you, like a toddler. Let me tell you this. I do not know, as Sebastian say, I do not know what happened. But when I went out this morning, the neighbor directly in front of me, their mailbox was broke, slam off the wood pole. It's got them big 4x4s concreted down in the ground. And it's got, and they give, when they built them houses across the street, they give all of us new mailboxes, except the old goat next door. He wouldn't let them touch his. So ours is all pretty and uniform, and his looks like some reject from the 70s. He's, why wouldn't you take a nice, beautiful, free mailbox? Honestly, I mean, I had to fight to get mine. It was ridiculous, but I had to fight to get mine, and I did get it. And I do not know how it was splintered, but it's the pole, and then the diagonal cross arm, and then the mailbox sits on a piece of another pole, and then the back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all recognize it in your mind. You know what a mailbox pole looks like. The top half was just splintered off, and it still had the cross member up under there, and then part of the pole down here just laying on the ground. That was this morning. I do not. How do you break a treated 4x4 up that high? I need to know. I'll never go over there and ask them because we don't speak. They don't speak to us. These people right here don't speak to us. The one beside them speak to us. The rest of them, they wouldn't know me from Adam's house cat. They could be in line beside me at the grocery store and would not know I was their neighbor. Which, you know what? That's fine by me if you want to be like that. Because, that I ain't got no neighbors around here I can count on, that I can talk to, that I can lean on, that I can say, watch my house, I'm going on vacation, that I could say, could you check my mail for me? Can I borrow a cup of sugar? How you doing? How old's that baby now? Nothing. I ain't got no neighbors that I speak to. Not one single solitary. And y'all think I'm exaggerating? Think on. I am here to tell you, not one neighbor except for the man across the street. And we wave. If he's out in the yard when I check the mail, I'll say, hey, your yard looks good, or, whatever you done right there. Because he meticulous. He meticulous over that yard. Let me tell you. Yes, he is. But what was I telling you about? Oh, when I come back a while ago, I come back by the front to check the mail. Okay, now here's what chaps my behind. These mailmen and mailwomen on my route leave the door ajar. They do not close the mailbox all the way. All you got to do is and it's closed. And when it rains, my mail gets wet. There was a piece of mail in there. Thank goodness it was not a Christmas card, because it's still raining today. And there's a Christmas card I seen that's coming from somebody. It was so small on my little phone I couldn't see who, but that piece of mail was soaking wet. I tried to pick it up, and the paper was peeling off. The paper, it was so wet, it was peeling off. That gets on my last nerve. So that was yesterday's mail. So anyway, I swung by to get it, and that mailbox was put back together. I don't know how he did it. Oh my gosh. So whatever happened, they fixed it. They fixed it with a quickness. Listen, might have been that. I told y'all about, I'll tell you again. Listen, when you run out of stuff to talk to, you recycle it. That one night back in the summertime, when I heard that truck over there just going on and on and on, then I heard some yelling. There was a big old white truck. I mean, one of them big, tall Southern boy trucks. And he was out there doing his back and forth. And the neighbor boy that lives in that house was chasing him down the road, screaming bloody murder. So I'm like, well, wonder if the big old truck come and knocked it down. Because I'm going to tell you, no mailbox baseball could knock that off. They could maybe knock the mailbox off, but there's no ball bat known to man that anybody could hold on to hanging out of a car window that would have knocked that 4x4 treated post in half like that. It would break your hands off, break the bat before it would do that. So I can't figure out what happened. They ain't doing no construction across the street, so there ain't been no construction because they finished those 3 houses, and I hear tell they're going to put 3 more in there. This one gets me. They messed up. So there's 3 houses, and they put up 3 mailboxes, and they put them side by side by side. But here's the thing. House, vacant lot, house, vacant lot, house, vacant lot. So you're going to need mailbox, 6 mailboxes for the 6 houses, because it's going to be, should be, addresses as you go down. But they got these 3 mailboxes side by side by side. So when they build these other houses, their mail is going to get confused from here to yonder because them numbers is going to be out of sequence, or people's going to have to get new mailboxes and try to figure out who's whose. Listen, I got somebody else's mail. She lived up in Kentucky or New York or somewhere and had it forwarded, not even close to my mailbox number. There was no numbers in it like mine. So I mailed out a card and I put that back in my mailbox with the thing up, thinking they'll see, oh, that was delivered to the wrong place. No, they took my card and left that. So I had to go to the post office today to get stamps. So I told her this was in my mailbox and it shouldn't be. So anyway. Okay, so let's talk about Vlogmas. Tomorrow is going to be fun. I've got some, and I think I even called them super fun Christmas games. It's just a couple. The games that we're going to play this year. I'll show you me wrapping up my big saran wrap ball, and the things I put in it. And then I'll tell you about our other game that's new for us this year. And so I think we're going to have fun. So I just thought I'd do a video on that. And then Saturday is our Dessert Timber Cookie Swap collab. And that is from Roy over at Recipes with Roy. He's doing that. And, ooh, Lordy mercy, there's probably 15 or 16 channels in it. And we all got different cookies because we had to like sign up kind of situation where, okay, tell everybody what you're going to make so don't nobody make the same thing. And we all making something different. Well, I'm going to tell you what, mine messed up, but I'll tell you how to fix it. But they still good. Whew, David said he could have eaten more of them. I had 2 of them. I put it on my little what I eat yesterday. That I had 2 of them. I picked out 2 small ones. And were they delicious. I didn't want you to see them. I want you to be surprised. But honey, they easy. They ain't no getting in no tizzy about making these cookies. No, sir. They is easy cookies. I got them in the freezer right now. I thought I could give them to the kids. I'm like, well, why would I do that? I'll just pop them in the freezer and pull them out at Christmas. Did y'all see my grocery haul yesterday? You seen I found that, and I was looking at the different cake mixes, and they had one, a Fruity Pebbles something. I thought, oh, that'll be fun. Then I saw the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cake mix and frosting. I thought, well, that's going to be a cinnamon cake. That'll be delicious. I'll have me a little sliver of that. I love cake and frosting. Oh, my gosh, I love a good cake and frosting. Even box cake. They moist. They moist cakes. Well, I got that because like I said on that grocery haul, when I break my back working on Thanksgiving, I take it easy on Christmas. I ain't breaking my back 2 holidays in a row because I'm just not able to. If I was able to, I'd bend over backwards. And from what I'm able to do, I bend over backwards now and make us a nice spread. And Mama said, because I had to take Mama to get them neck injections, and then she goes, she gets in the car. Now, all I know that I got to take her, and it takes me a good 20, 25 minutes to get to her house. And she's up that way, and then her doctor from her house is way back down this way, the other direction. And I'm kind of like in the middle of them. And the reason she can't drive herself is because they put her to sleep and she can't drive afterwards. She has to have a driver. So she gets in the car. Don't tell me nothing about it so I can plan my day. Now, when we get through down here, you can take me to my lunch club and then come back and get me at 12. I'm like, oh, I can. She says, unless you want me to see if RJ can come get me. Because RJ lives close to her. And where she goes to her lunch club is in between them two. So it would be easier for him to get her and take her home than it would be for me to travel all the way back up there again. Because, like I say, it's a good little piece. And so he said he would. But she got to her lunch club early. And her lady who runs it, name is Reba. She said, well, I said, well, ain't nobody here. She said, that's Reba's car. Reba takes care of us. She's here. So I said, well, let me sit here and watch you go up in there. Make sure you can get in the door before I just pull off. So she got up in there, and it was bingo day. So they take a little $1 something. Well, she takes food. So this week she took a cake mix. She's took a can of something before and whatever. These are senior citizens and disabled people, and they need food more than they need some little knick-knack. So, they just take it and they make sure everybody wins. Once you win bingo and you get a prize, then you don't get bingo no more. Everybody wins bingo and everybody gets a prize. That's how they do it. But she found out about this because her old boyfriend, who when I was 15, okay, this is how it went. This is how it went. She started dating him, and his son was a year older than me, and me and him started dating. So when they would come to the house, they was dating and we was dating. We wasn't carnally dating. No. Don't take it like that. We would listen to records and that kind of stuff, Was I 15? I was 14. Maybe I was 14. Because when I was 15, I dated our foreign exchange student from Brazil. He was a hottie. He died a few years ago. He went back to Brazil after his foreign exchange year was over here. And he lived right down the street. We rode bicycles back and forth to each other. Because I was 15, I didn't have a driver's license yet, and he was a foreign exchange student. He didn't have a driver's license. And but yeah, I don't know what he died from. Oh, he was a good-looking man. Oh my goodness. So anyway, Mama's 80, and he's probably, so I think she said he's maybe 5 years older than her. And they ain't seen each other in years. And their thing was drinking coffee. Sitting up and drinking coffee. That was their thing. And they would go to like antique sales and what do you call it? When people's selling their house contents. What do you call those? Oh my gosh. Like when somebody dies and they just come in, estate sale, they would go to them and they'd get all kind of stuff. And that's back when wood was popular. Wood decorations, wood this and wood that. So Mama had all kind of wood stuff. And so anyway, he got a messenger on Facebook because they friends on Facebook and said he wanted to come see her. He just wanted to see her. I guess he never really got over her. I don't even know why they broke up. Tell you the truth, I don't even know why, but I guess getting on at his age, he wanted to see her, and so she had the coffee on, and he went up there, and she said they sat and they had a good little visit and everything, and she said the good thing about it was they got through and they talked and they visited and they reminisced, and then he left and went home because she don't have no inclinations towards having no man. She's like, no. We're through with that. But he goes to a supper club. See, she's in a different county than us. They're side-by-side counties, but hers is different from us. So he said, you've got to look up in your county and see if they have this for senior citizens. He said it's free, and they give you lunch every day. And so she looked it up, and she found it. So every day, she goes up there and has lunch at the VFW. And you tell them every day if you're going to be there the next day. So they have it catered. Whoever caters it, she said it's really good, and they give them good food to eat and milk to drink. And so she's lost a lot of weight. She's just skin and bones, and her doctor has told her to eat, and she says, I'm eating as much as I want. And so she said when she told them she goes to this lunch club and gets a balanced meal, at least one a day, they was very, very happy about that. So she's getting some nutrition from that. So I'm glad that she's made some new friends. And she took one, I think it was Geraldine. She's the blind lady. She's in her 40s. And Mama took some of her bigger clothes and give them to her because Mama's down into nothing. And she'll never get back. She says she has some 14s. I'm like, you ain't never going to get back in no 14. Never, ever. And so she took them up there. So she's made little friends. And like I told you the other week, she sits with one week, and then she sits with one the other week. And so she's enjoying herself. that's a big step for her because she's like me. She's a loner. And that's probably where I get it from. I'm a loner. I don't have friends. We play my violin. Was it world's smartest violin playing? Whoop-de-doo, whatever. I don't know. But no, I don't have friends. I don't socialize. I don't go anywhere with anybody. I sometimes wish I did, and then sometimes I'm like I like my solitude. But then sometimes I would like to just call somebody and say, "Hey, you want to go to Wanda's, or you want to do this, or you want to go here?" Um, but I think I get my lonesome wolf thing from her because she raised me to not need nobody. Now, I need David. I need him more than I used to need him. I didn't used to need him as far as doing anything for me. I did anything and everything for myself that I needed to do personally for myself or around the house, fixing stuff. You name it, I did it. I took care of things. He was on the road and I took care of things. And then as my health started going down, he had to pitch in more and do more for me and be more attentive to me. And so now he just takes care of me. He'll do anything I need him to do, and he don't argue and fuss and whine and complain. He just, if that's what you want, honey, what do you need? You know, he's that's just the way he is. And so I'll be glad to get back to doing things for myself. But like I didn't need him. I did. I'm not saying I didn't need him, but you know what I'm trying to say. I was able to tend to myself. I didn't have to rely on him, and that's how I raised Holly. That a man should enhance your life, not be your life. Don't wrap your whole identity up in a man. That don't mean you can't love him and tend to him and do things for him, because that's what a marriage is. It's give and take. You even when I was my lone wolf, I still did for David. Cooked and cleaned and raised the children, those kind of things, while he's out there making a living, working hard to pay all the bills and do everything like that. So he had his role, I had my role. That's how it works. He has his role now, and I have my role now, and so it works for us. But how did we get on that? How in the world did we get on that subject? Oh, that Mama, she's always been. Now, she had a best friend that she worked with, and she died. And ever since she died, she had nobody. And that's been quite a number of years ago. She died young, like probably 60 or something like that. Yeah. And so for Mama to be out now making friends is really good for her. So David's been working on the house down there, getting the water heater put in, got the toilets put in, and now he's going to put it, because it's on well water, and he's going to put her in a whole house water softening kit. Listen, I told you he'd take care of baby girl. But it is like the cobbler whose kids go barefoot because he's busy making shoes for everybody else. Y'all know that story? Well, that's kind of, he's busy doing stuff for other people that our house, there's so much that needs done to this house. It's not funny. There's so much finished work that it needs done. And if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. I have a roof over my head. It's not the fancy, obviously. You see my craft room, which I love my craft room. Listen. So, what day was it? Day before yesterday, I got into a cleaning jag. And I cleaned all my stickers out. Okay, see? Can you see? Oh, my chair's in the way. Hold on. Let me move. Can you see? This right here. It's got multicolored. Where's the handle? That right there. It's got multicolored drawers in it. I found it at the Habitat for Humanity for $15. So I got my rubber stamps down in there where I can open the drawer and see them. I organized my stickers and my different embellishments. I got all this. Oh my gosh, I've got so many embellishments. I will be working on this little junk journal. See, I work on my trashy journal, and then I work on this little journal where you just do these kind of little pages, just little match pages, and where you just put, just stuff on them. So I work on that, and then I work on this, which I hadn't been in this big one in a while. So this is just you can see all the ones I've done. I'll probably open it up to an ugly one. So you just rip strips of paper and put stickers and book pages and see, oh look, see there's an owl and like little washi tapes and little, so all those little things that I buy, I do use. See what I mean? That's a different kind of junk journal. There's all kind of junk journals. The one that I can't make are those fancy ones that they sell in Etsy for people to actually journal in. This is the kind I do. This is the kind I do. I showed you on my video. And on most of mine, I cover, you use a cereal box or any kind of box, and I cover it with fabric. But since I bought the 4-pack of the Halloween cereals, I'm saving the boxes to do covers for the box. And then I always have to put tassels on there. There's my, where's my owl? Well, there's some little beads, and I got an owl here somewhere. Oh, there, that was sent to me. So I got him on there, and just ribbons and things. I love that. I love that. And you see, it is just full of just junk. This is the kind of junk I do. So that's why I need magazines. I put a whole lot of magazines in these right here. These are full of magazines. I put a ribbon so I can tie it closed. A lot of mine, I've just been putting elastic around it, and the inside cover. That is that, the back of that packaging, I made it so where I can put something in there, a little pouch, and just little odds and ends. Let's see. Rude. It stopped recording on me. It said my SD card was full and it was going to save it internally. I don't know how long I've been talking. Oh my gosh, this is horrible, because I told you I don't ever look down there. I just let the chips fall where they may. So I got a big old black tub with the yellow lid, big, long, full of stuff, and I can't get to it. So I'm hoping after Christmas the Dollar Tree will start getting some new stuff, because I told you that I want to do some new decorating in there in my living room, some new stuff, a little bit of fresh blood in there. So anyway, listen, I guess I'll quit talking. So stay tuned for them vlogmases coming up. I guess I'll go in here and get some of this stuff off my card so I can film my haul. That's all I know to do. So, well, it's been good talking to you. I'll see you. I don't know when I'll actually see you. Probably not until prep on Saturday. And that ain't much, but anyway. So how about this? I'll see you when I see you.